Hi, everyone.
Hi, everyone.
I'm Carol.
And I'm Tracey.
And this is My Purgatory.com.
So this is like the sort of mothership, if you will, to all the various purgatory things that going on. This is where we like to talk about, you probably know us from My Outlander Purgatory, where we talk about all things Outlander by Dan and Gabaldon.
And if you don't, that's cool.
But you should, because we're awesome in those videos.
Oh my.
But sometimes we just want to talk about other stuff. So we'll make videos, and they're under the mypurgatory.com brand.
Yes, so whatever. Tonight we want to talk Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones. Oh, you guys, I can't believe that. Okay, so it's Monday night. Oh, dude. Do you know how I angst about, like, were they going to show that on last night's previews? And, because I can't watch it again. Have you watched it again?
The second to the last episode?
Yeah.
No. Just what I've seen on the internet.
No, I can't even watch it. I can't even.
Why would you even want to watch it again?
I know. So, this is Monday night. It's Monday, what day is it? June 10th? Something like that? June 10th. So, the season finale for season 3 was on last night. We should have been making these like once a week, because Game of Thrones so effing good.
We'll know for next time. Okay, let's get right to it. Okay, first of all, right at the beginning, I was cracking up when Tyrion says to Sansa something like, "What am I, Joffrey?" What did he say?
Oh, I loved that. Well, are we like just talking about last night, or are we talking about the whole
just
season?
last night's episode.
Okay.
And
you have to talk about the whole season.
Well, whatever. It'll come up, but I really just want to discuss.
No, I really liked the Joffrey Sansa thing, and like they were starting to be friends, because I think that's like part of the big thing for me with what happened with the Starks was that you're just like, I'm so mad, I'm so upset, somebody's got to pay for this. Jaime Lannister, you're gonna pay, and then you're like,
and then he
wait
comes
a minute,
and then he comes walking in.
You're like, well, no. You're like, but I kind of like Jaime now.
I like Jaime Lannister.
It's kind of nice now.
Hey, here's a good question. Do you think he was telling the truth? That story with... okay, look, I don't call any of them by their real names. When he was telling that story...
I'll translate, because I know. I've read the first 2.
Sasquatch is what I have deemed her.
That's Brienne of Tarth. Go.
Okay. Did he tell her... Was the story he told her true? She softened up to him big time after he told the story about how...
Oh, yeah, that he slayed the king, but not really.
He had a choice, and that is... Yeah, his father wanted...
I believe it. Why not?
I believed it, too, because I want to believe it, because I like Jaime Lannister, but I'm going to hate him if I find out that story wasn't true.
But then, okay, so I'm still like, okay, but I have to blame it on someone, and I have to get revenge somewhere. And then you can be like, okay, well, what about Tywin Lannister? Because he really orchestrated the whole thing. But then I'm like, ooh, but he's so deliciously evil.
Oh, he's somebody I would hate.
How can I, not want him to go away too? I just don't even know. I don't know what to do with my anger. What's that from?
What to do?
I don't know what to do with my anger. What is that from?
I don't know. I can't quit you.
No, it's a priest too that says, "Oh, it's the Big Chill."
Oh,
it's the Big Chill.
Okay. The red-headed biatch, Jan Brady. I knew she was going to hit him. I knew she was going to take those arrows and shoot them right in the back.
No, you Gret. You're talking about I thought you meant red-headed biatch.
Scary red-headed, scary woman who births black.
Don't you usually call her Jan Brady?
What?
Don't you usually call Gret Jan Brady?
Yes, that's what I'm doing.
Okay, that's what. No. You usually call redheaded bitch. You usually call Melisandre, Stannis's witchy woman.
Yeah.
You usually call her redheaded bitch.
Well, I think I use redheaded for both of them, but the other one is the redheaded Jan Brady, and she's the redheaded scary biatch who births black powder monsters from her vajayjay.
Right.
Whatever happened to that thing?
It killed Renly.
And then it went away?
I think it's kind of like it's probably kind of like a mosquito or a bee or something like that, where it bites one thing and then it dies.
The cutie pie kid, the bastard child of Fred
Gandry.
Is that his last name? Baratheon?
What?
Is that his last name, Baratheon? The one who
It's probably Snow because he's a bastard. It's
no. I'm not talking about him. I'm talking about the cutie pie who the redheaded, scary powder monster woman tried to kill, and then she had the leeches on him.
Right. That's the kid that Arya was hanging out with forever. That's Robert Baratheon's bastard son.
That's what I just said. That's what I said. Baratheon with Baratheon,
but
right?
His name is not Baratheon because he's a bastard.
Okay, I call him not the kid, the king who's dead. Well, you don't watch House of Anubis, right. But Jerome from House of Anubis killed it. I call Fred Flintstone Baratheon. Didn't he play Fred Flintstone or something?
The kid?
No, the king who died. Cersei's, isn't that her name? Cersei's husband died. And Jerome from House of Anubis killed him with a poison or something.
Yeah.
His bastard son, I think, is going to show up at King's Landing and hook up with Sansa.
I read that. How do you think that's going to happen?
Because I just
scheduled to get killed.
Head.
No, I think no. They all know who he is in King's Landing. He couldn't show his face in King's Landing without getting killed. I should preface this by saying that I have read the first 2 books and Carol hasn't read any of the books. So you all who've read the books before, you're all like,
I like to read these books.
I've read the first 2.
I'm going to fully admit that I am terrified of reading these books just because of the names alone. I can't keep them all straight.
I don't know that you're gonna like the books. I like the books. I wasn't like, they're not like Outlander to me. They're interesting, but they're interesting because I have this vision of all the characters from watching the show. But yeah, they're really confusing. And there are some things, especially in season 2 and season 3, that are slightly different. It still leads to the same resolution, but like, for example, a big one. I mean, do you want to know a difference or do you not want to know? If
it doesn't have anything to do with, like, if it's not going to give me a spoiler about what's going to happen next season or anything.
Oh, no. No, this won't.
It's kind of like True Blood.
You know Robb Stark's wife?
First book.
You know Robb Stark's wife? What's her name? Talicia?
Yeah.
She that's not his wife in the book. He's married to somebody who's not named Talisa, and she's not there at the Red Wedding.
Okay.
And I haven't read this yet. I've read all of these.
Had to make it sexier for the TV show.
Yeah, I guess so. Well, she sort of figures in the plot too. But anyway, so yeah, that Game of Thrones, it's just been so good. The thing I like about this season is, like, I think the first season and last season were a lot of exposition. The first season was a lot of exposition. The second season was a lot of, like, more mystical stuff that I was just like, I don't get what happened. What the hell's coming out of her for JJ? I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, whatever.
Yeah.
This season was just all straight plot. Straight, like, this happens, then this happens, then this happens, then this happens.
Scary-ass white monsters.
There weren't even really that many white monsters.
Was it this season or last season that the first episode of the season was those scary monster things? I think that was
this season because it ended last season. Remember, they were all coming for Jon Snow, and Jon Snow saw them all, like, all the, like. Well, that wasn't the monsters. That was like the. No, I guess it was all the, like.
It was last season I'm thinking of that started with those scary monsters in the very beginning. They were like out.
Oh, no! That was the very first season.
They were, like, out in the woods.
That was the very first season, I think. I don't remember. But this season was just so good. I mean, it was so good. But I gotta say, like, as somebody who has not read book 3 yet, that the Red Wedding, wow.
Why do you think I wouldn't like the books? Because it's confusing with all the...
Yeah, I think so. But you should try it. You should try it. I mean, it's not impossible to follow, and yeah, you should try it. You should. I'm psyched to read the third one because, now the whole, like, I was going to read Echo and the Bone again, but now that the Outlander, the next Outlander book, for those of you who haven't seen our other videos, is pushed back till the end of March, I have more time to do that now, so I maybe can slip in the third Game of Thrones book between now and then. Because I've been watching the season and then reading the book. and
I
then
have
watching
never
the season.
even looked at an excerpt. I have no idea what to expect. But the fact that when I watch the show, I have to have my computer out and check out the character bios to try and remember. I gave up this season. Last season I used to watch and pull up like character bios and, oh yeah, that's so-and-so and he's married to so-and-so and he's from the house of blah, blah. This season I just gave up. I was like...
No, I read the Entertainment Weekly recaps the day after, and that really helps. And then just like knowing the characters from reading some of the books, that helps too.
I have to be honest with you, and I don't know why this is. The names, I have a hard time following the different crazy names.
Sometimes. Also, some of like the old dudes, they just all look alike.
They're boring and they all look alike. That was when I turned last night. I turned to Tom and I went, you know what? If this continues, I'm not watching next season because
like,
this is boring.
Sir Davos, you know, it took me a long time to figure out who he was. Roose.
Okay, I don't know who any of these people are, so you better start giving.
Right. Sir Davos is Stannis's Hand of the King. So he's the one that's like that. Stannis was gonna like execute last night,
right,
and then he's like, "No, you need me." Da-da-da-da.
And then Reddy was like, "Yeah, don't kill him. He's gonna handle it."
Roose Bolton, who is the guy that was sitting with Catelyn Stark last week and is kind of like mean and nasty, and then she said he was wearing the chainmail. Like, I'm like, okay.
Is he the one that's the interim? He's like now the interim head of the Stark.
He's been like part of the whole Stark house all the time.
But was he?
I'm like, how do I not know who he is?
So was he in on this whole thing?
Yeah.
See, that's what I didn't get last week. But then last night, I'm like, oh my god, this guy.
Who is he? He's again some like older dude that like looks like all the other older dudes. You know.
I get the older fathers mixed up, like the scary guy. I think I had this on the blog post this morning. The scary guy who does all his daughters.
He lives in the north, so there's always snow there. So that's how you tell who he is.
The father of the guy I'm calling X-Man, who's been on the X for the past few episodes. The one who's a total hoe, but they castrated him, so now it doesn't really matter.
What, Theon?
The dude who's been on the X for the past few
That's Theon. He's not old.
His father.
Oh, his father.
His father is just mean. There are all these mean old gray-haired dudes. So you have him, you have the father, and I loved his sister, P.S., because she was so nice in the beginning when she first showed up on the scene. But now she's all, I'm going to take 50 of our biggest brutes and go save my brother. So his father, scary dude who does all his daughters, and there's one more guy. Oh, and the guy at the Red Wedding. Those three scary-assed old guys. Wait a minute.
You're forgetting like any guy on the wall who's not named Jon Snow or Sam Tully.
I don't have a title anymore. Don't call me a lord. Hang on a minute. I just mean they're all, because are they all kings, the ones I'm talking about?
No. The guy, all right, name the guys again. The old guy who does his daughters is like some guy that lives in the north with all his daughters, and it's like an outpost,
and he does
basically.
Okay. Him.
The Greyjoy guy is a lord, so he's the
Greyjoy. Stop. Beep.
What?
Who?
Theon's father.
Theon. Why do I keep forgetting his name? Theon.
Theon's father is the guy. He's like the lord. He's like the Ned Stark of the Twin Towers, I guess it is.
Okay, so I'm calling them kings, but they're not. Okay, I got you. Okay.
No, they're not kings.
He's high up, but he's not a king.
They're like lords.
Okay.
The blind guy on the wall is like...
the guy who's not a lord because he doesn't have a title anymore.
That guy.
They saw him last
he's
night.
Like the maestro, I think, maybe, or he used to be one. He's like some, scholarly guy.
Okay. He teaches everybody on the wall.
Right.
Okay, why? Okay, the wall is confusing me because the little paralyzed Stark boy wants to get over that wall.
Bran, who's aged like 5 years in the 10 months that series has been covering so far.
That hair is so old.
I mean, He's going to be a full-on voice change next season. I don't know what the hell they're going to do.
This is another... It's time to change. This is another reason why I can't keep up, because when it starts getting a little boring, I start looking at like a kid like that, and I look at his hair, and I'm like, how does he deal with having that hair in the off season? Like, does he go to school with that hair? What's the deal? He's like got the little page boy. So who else wants to get over the wall, and why? I'm confused with the wall. Explain the wall.
I read this the other day, and this is really helpful to me. There are 2 wars going on, and this is what the maestro. Yeah, I think it was the maestro sent all, like, you know when he was like, you know, Sam, fetch me the pen and the ink over there, and how many, you know, they send the pigeons or whatever the hell they send.
Yeah.
He's like, you know, are they all like good and fed? Because they're all going to have to go out of here.
Yeah.
He was sending it to like every leader in Westeros, saying. Then there's basically that, and that's where the 2 wars are coming in. There's the wars among the kings of the set to get the Iron Throne, to sit on the Iron Throne,
right?
And be the head of the 7 kingdoms,
right?
Of Westeros. But then there's this other war that they're all going to have to fight against these White Walkers that are coming from the north, and that's what he's talking about.
And Winterfell.
So basically, the maestro was like, "Y'all better just like." Quit your, like, bitching and fighting amongst yourselves, because we've got a bigger issue to fry here.
Because we have to fight the White Walkers.
Right, exactly.
Okay. Joffrey.
Oh my god, he's so deliciously evil. See, this is the thing. Game of Thrones, there's just so many awesome between him and Cersei. And
Cersei. I can never say her name. I'm always saying it's Cersei. She's worse than him, though. She's his mother, and she sits there while he does all that stuff with her hand on his shoulder. Oh my god, I hate her.
You know who was not on it last night, who I also love? I'm realizing now. Marjorie. Marjorie's just like awesomely like, oh, Joffrey. Like that. I can't wait for that wedding to happen.
Oh, her. You mean Anne Boleyn?
What? Oh, yeah. I didn't watch that, so yeah.
You didn't watch The Tudors?
No. I didn't have Showtime.
You need to go back and rent that.
Yeah, we have it on, like, Showtime on demand, I guess, or whatever.
Could you stop looking with such disdain? It was an awesome show.
I'm not looking with disdain. Anyway, all right, we're going to wrap this up. It's been a while. So what else? So what was your reaction to the Red Wedding?
Pretty much the same as all of those people who had reactions that they showed to George R.R. Martin on.
That video was hilarious.
Oh my god!
I didn't think anything was happening. I thought it was all. I thought something was going to happen when they were in his like throne room or whatever at the beginning.
Yeah. And
then he was just kind of a douche.
That's what they wanted you to think. They did it that way on purpose.
And then they're at the wedding and everything's all cool, whatever. And then they close the doors.
And
I don't know if you're a fan of The Patriot. I think you are. But it was totally
one day
when they're all in the church.
I'm going to kill you.
When they're all in the church.
You're my child.
And Frank / Blackjack Randall comes in.
Do I know like, Patriot?
Close the doors. And then close the doors.
Yeah.
And you're just like, screwed. And so the minute
and
they
blue
close
teeth,
the doors,
the blue teeth girl and her family are history, yes.
The minute they close the doors, I was like, this is not good. This is very patriotic.
Well, they closed the doors, but they made it coincide with that whole wedding tradition. So they carried off Rob, or not Rob, who was the groom?
Edmure. Edmure.
Who was all, ew, I have to marry who? And he's disgusting. So they carry him off with the new young bride. And they closed the door. So I was kind of thinking, what's happening out there? You know what I mean? Like, I wasn't concerned with what's happening in here. And that's, again, what they want you to do. And I'm sitting here like, what's going on? I'm all worried. What do you think they're doing to her? Oh, my God. And next thing you know, holy crap.
I was just like, I was watching and literally, like, it's very rare that I, like, talk to the TV out loud. But I was like, holy shit.
I gotta be honest.
Shut up.
I knew the second it started because I saw spoilers.
Well, How did that happen and you not, like, break the TV or kill someone? You guys know by now, if you're watching this, you know of Carol on spoilers. So how do you read a spoiler like that, which is the mother of all effing spoilers?
Yes.
I didn't even read that.
I read that Robb Stark dies at a Lannister wedding. That's all it said. So I was thinking Joffrey's. Because you know why? Because I didn't even realize these people had anything. I was like, Lannister wedding. I'm actually happily clueless because I really didn't clue in. And then when it started, I knew, oh, bye-bye, Robb. Bye-bye. And I had just said to Tom, kind of forgetting about the spoiler, I said, they're going to have to kill this wife. I said, because I've been bitching all season about how he needs to get his head in the game and send the damn wife home and probably even his mom. You know what I mean? I didn't know if you should listen to his mom or not, but I was like, get the wife. He's not thinking at all because of the wife. You know, it's kind of like when Tiger Woods first got married and Tom was like, let's watch him go downhill. You know what I mean? So I was like, get rid of the wife, send her home, send her packing, and start focusing on what you have to focus on.
Right.
So, you know, I had just said to Tom, they got to get rid of that wife. I was kind of hoping that the spoiler was wrong and they were just going to kill the wife.
That was kind of like my spoiler in Echo and the Bone, where I knew that the big Echo and the Bone thing was happening. And whatever. We won't
go there.
Yeah. But no. So the thing was, all right, so they do whatever they do, and then they go and stab the wife, and I was like, holy shit. And then the arrows go flying, and Robb gets hit, and Caitlin gets hit, and I was like, motherfucker, what? And then they go to another story, and they go to a bunch of stories. Then they come back to that story, and both of them are still alive.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, wait a minute. Maybe they're going to get out of this. Maybe it's all good.
How did you like how she was like, I'll kill her? And he was like, okay.
I'll find another one. Whatever.
He's so disgusting.
I know. And again, him, another old dude. That I, would have to be like, okay, he's the one sitting in the big chair. So that's I know. So.
Yeah.
That was just
how about the Lannisters send their regards?
I gotta say, that was the whole thing.
Do that, Joffrey?
Could you sleep that night?
Yeah, it was we were pretty freaked out, and I think I dreamt about it. Wait, because Joffrey said something like, did they get my message or something like that? Don't even tell me that was his idea.
Ooh, interesting. I thought it was sort of code, but no, maybe that, oh wow.
No, he had such cojones if it was him, because he's such a little shit.
I didn't think that Joffrey had orchestrated that, though. I thought Tywin had orchestrated it.
That's what I'm saying. I didn't think.
I think Joffrey just heard about it and
is taking
yay.
So do you like the way he's been talking to his grandpappy?
No, he got shut down. He was shut down yesterday.
How many times? I think it's in Peter Dinklage's contract that at least once in every season he must say, Joffrey must say, "I'm the king," and Peter Dinklage must have a good response back to him. And I've just struck a king.
Peter Dinklage loop. Smack loop.
I told you, and I've just struck a king.
I know.
Peter Dinklage, how about the hooker girlfriend turning down the money?
I know.
And Tom and I both agreed, take the money. I agreed with the eunuch. I was like, you know what? This is not. Now, let me ask you this: did that money come from the eunuch, or did the money? Do you think that
maybe it was in the box with the dead dude?
What?
Maybe it was in the box with the dead dude.
Do you think that Tyrion knew that money was being offered to her?
No.
Or, because I didn't either, and I was like, I don't think he gave, but where'd the diamonds come from?
I'm sure Varys has, diamonds out the wazoo. He can get whatever he wants.
All right, so I was so impressed with her, but I really was kind of like, take the money, take the money, take the money.
I will say this, that's not in the books either. He's not, the whole thing of, I think maybe he's with some woman who is in King's Landing, but it's not that they have this little scheme to have her be Sansa's handmaid.
Okay, perfect point. look at what it does for his character that he has this girlfriend who he loves, who's got this past. And you know what I mean? So that just shows you that sometimes it is better if they stray from the book a little bit.
One more thing, because then we have to wrap this up because I see I have 16 minutes left on my laptop. Did Arya call Jacqueer again, or whatever his name is?
What do you mean?
Okay, you know how Arya like showed those men the coin? She's like, "Here, I can pay you," and it's I don't remember the guy's name, but it's Jacqueer, I think. The melting face guy,
half a face,
and he was like, "If you ever need me, call just like call me and I'll hear you, whatever. Call me, like whatever."
No, she jumped down off the horse.
She jumped down off the horse. She like went over to the guys. She's like, "Hey, can I hang out here? I'm hungry. I'll give you some money." Then she kills the guy. The Hound kills the other two. But then I think remember when Jack whatever his name is, like killed the third guy for her.
Right.
Was like, "Come with me if you want to learn my ways," and she's like, "I can't." And he's like, "Well, just call me if you ever need me, because I'll be able to hear you." I swear she called him at the end, so maybe he'll show up again.
I don't know how I missed that, but I somehow missed that.
I don't know if it's true or not, but
I'm confused. I don't remember any of that. I remember her killing the guy and him killing the other ones, and him saying, "Next time you might want to let me know."
Yeah, but no, then I think she turned around and she went like, she's like looking at the coin and she's like, "Jacqueer," whatever.
Oh, you mean the other guy.
Yeah, no, not the Hound. I'm talking about the face
really
melting.
Nice.
No. And I see why you say face melting. No, no. Jacqueer was the guy that was like, he was kind of good looking, one of those prisoners that they were hauling around.
He was a murderer, but thank God
right. And then he killed 3 people for her.
Yeah, I thought you meant last night.
No.
Okay, yeah. I didn't notice that.
Come back now.
You know what? That might be because it was something that somebody said, and I said to Tom, "What'd she just say?"
I think that's it. I think she called him. It's like her special magic guy. She can call him whenever she wants. I love Arya Stark. I love them all.
She's kick-ass.
All right, we have to wrap this up because it's really late, and we've just basically been rambling. So, I don't know. We're going to have to, last...
Khaleesi.
Khaleesi didn't really have too much... I like Khaleesi.
What was with the mosh pit? What was with the crowd surfing?
The mosh pit was a little
and
strange.
I love how she's standing up there before the doors open, and she's, needing the support of all her peeps. And she's basically saying they hate me. She's like, they're not going to come out. And next thing you know, they open the door, they come out, and she's all confident again, and see ya! And she takes off and goes right into the crowd.
I know.
She gets on my nerves. I love the love-hate relationship. Sometimes I just love her, and then other times I'm like, oh, Khaleesi, please.
Yeah, no, Khaleesi is whatever. All right, here's a question now. Fabio or Ser Jorah?
Who's Ser Jorah?
Sir Richard from Downton Abbey.
Oh, Ser Jorah. In a second. Are you kidding me?
Oh, I know. Totally.
Hey, I don't care that he's Lady Mary's cast off. And let me tell you something. The second Fabio showed up and started just killing his friends, which that other friend was disgusting, and he reminded me of somebody from Rome. Once he showed up, killed all his friends, and was like, "I'm here for you, Khaleesi." First episode he was in, I was like, yeah. Second, last week's, he talked and he was like Mr. Ed. I was like, what happened to this guy? Something totally changed between the first time they showed him.
Khaleesi's just got to look at Ser Jorah. Khaleesi's just looking for another Khal Drogo. No.
She is, but
Ser Jorah is hot.
How do you say it? Ser Jorah?
Jorah. Jorah.
Ser Jorah. I think it's never going to happen. And I think he's going to love her forever.
From afar.
Yes.
As a protector.
Right.
We'll see. I just put 2 and 2 together that there are 2 Downton Abbey people now on Game of Thrones.
Oh, yeah, no.
All right.
And there were 2 House of Anubis, but you don't watch that. That's kind of a kid show.
I know. All right. So anyway, so Game of Thrones is done for another year.
Now we got True Blood, which I'm not all. On one hand, I'm like, yes, True Blood, and on the other hand,
I have to tell you, I don't remember a damn thing about what happened on True Blood last season. Except, no, I sort of do, because last season was actually good for a while because it was Bill and Eric against the world.
Yeah. Yeah, it was awesome. But Bill's coming back. I thought it was just he was done.
It was Bad Bill back again in all his glory. Remember?
And you love Bad Bill.
Bad Bill is the best.
But seriously, what was the name of that monster he turned into? The Blood Woman?
Oh, like God, or I don't even know.
Everybody was calling him like Bill, whatever. It was fun.
I don't know.
All right.
But we have to wrap this up because my laptop is about to die.
All right, listen. If you want to continue making these videos, you need to start watching certain shows. One of them is Breaking Bad.
Oh, we want to start. Okay, I have to.
One of them is Sons of Anarchy. One of them is Walking Dead. I mean, come on.
Breaking Bad, we do want to watch. We actually were using, like, we have a 3-month subscription to Hulu. So we tried to find it on there. I don't get Hulu because there's nothing on it.
I don't use Hulu.
Literally nothing.
Okay, sorry.
We have Amazon Prime, so we have the Amazon Instant Video. It's not on there either. I think maybe season 5 is on there. So we're going to have to figure out how to watch it because we do want to watch Breaking Bad. We started watching Friday Night Lights instead.
Okay. I have to go. I have
to go too because my laptop's dying.
I've just been told that I'm very loud in the quiet sleeping house.
Well, you should apologize to your fans that are watching us for being loud.
I'm sorry.
All right, so we'll do some more of these maybe. Like we'll do these on a more regular basis. But,
we absolutely will.
Okay.
What we should do is start watching a series together. I hear that show that came back, The Killings. It's only had like 1 season or 2 seasons, and they canceled it, but they brought it back because the fans were so outraged. Oh, and what's going on with 24?
24 is going to be a mini series now.
So it's coming back. Do I have to watch? Do you have to know what's going on? Like, do you have to?
I don't know. I don't know how they're going to do that, but we'll see.
Okay. Anyway, we will definitely be back soon.
Right.
We have to start making quicker videos, 5-10 minutes, and just discussing because there's so much Kardashian world to discuss.
Oh, I don't think I can go there.
All the cray, man. The world has gone to hell in a handbasket.
All right. Well, hopefully we'll do one of these videos poolside in the very near future with a cocktail. So that'll be cool. It's all good. All right. Thanks for watching, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.